It's just another vision board video for the beginning of the year. It's really not. This is not your average vision board. Hey Beauties, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and thank you for stepping back into Leigh's world. So you guys, today I have a different feel of a video for you. Today we're going to be talking about setting goals for the new year. So with us stepping into 2021 after a disastrous 2020, I decided that I wanted to take my life on by the rails, and I just wanted to start stepping into what I believe God has set for my purpose to be. That's actually one of the things that I've stepped into in the last few months is more of my spirituality and getting more in tune with God, talking to God and letting him be the head of my life. And with that, I just felt inspired to share with you guys what I've put together. So this video is going to be all about how I created my vision board for 2021. Okay, so before you guys log off, because you're like, this is just another vision board video for the beginning of the year, it's really not. This is not your average vision board. So I got the inspiration from this video from the person that I look to for anything brand strategy, anything brand developing, and that is Miss ErinonDemand. So I am actually in her e-brand club, her membership club, where we kind of learn all things brand building, and she actually has a video on her page where she talks about this not your average vision board process. And you guys, I'm only like a week in and it's really been helping me a lot. I thought since I went ahead and did the process myself this year that I would share with you guys my testimony, and not that, you know, with her having this platform, it worked for her, like it works for everyday people too, okay? All right, you guys, so how I started this process was very similar to how Erin started hers. So I jotted down all the realistic, emphasis on realistic, goals that I wanted to achieve in 2021. Then what I did on the opposite side of that page was I wrote down a little outline for my vision board. So my outline consists of 4 categories that I wanted to put on my vision board, and then I just jotted down little notes from my goals of things that I wanted to fit into those categories. And after making my outline, I decided to sit and think about what 2021 means to me, what all of this kind of means, and make that into my focus of the year or my word of the year. I'm just tired of planning things out and coming up with ideas and certain content, but not moving forward on execution. So I decided my word of the year is going to be implementation, because we're implementing. We're not self-doubting anymore in 2021. We're just doing. Just do it, like Nike, okay? That's what we're doing. The next thing that I did was I got my supplies. I did make a run to my favorite store in the world, and that is Target. But I had a little hiccup with the frame and the pictures that I printed. What I decided to do was go to Walmart, and I got a frame from there, really cheap, about $14. And I believe my frame was about 20 by 24. Of course, you can get a smaller frame. They have some that are like 11 by 14, 16 by 18, things like that. But I just wanted a bigger frame for my bigger pictures and bigger dreams for this year. So even though I didn't get my frame from Target, I did get my extra supplies from there. I did get a few little like colorful numbers and stickers to put on my vision board to kind of spice it up. And I believe those were about $3.99 a piece. And then I bought some drawer / cabinet paper to put on the back as kind of like a backdrop of my vision board. With watching Erin's video as inspiration, this is also a tip that she gave. So now this paper was about $6. Now, if you look at like the regular poster board paper, or, you know, like the fancier kind of like adhesive paper, it's like $11.99 to like $14. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Now, this is where it gets fun. It's also the reason why this vision board process is not your average process. I use the favorite digital app for creating, and that is Canva. So what I did was put my face and my name actually on certain pictures. So using Canva and a little bit of Photoshop to kind of mix and match images together. And like, you guys, just wait till you see the finished project, because you're gonna be like, wow, like this is really not your average vision board. So after I was done creating in Canva, what I did was I printed my own pictures. So I'm lucky enough to have a boyfriend who buys me thoughtful gifts. So I actually used one of the gifts that I got for Christmas a few years ago, which is a photo printer. And it prints 4x6 photos, and I have some leftover paper, so I used some of that. And then also we have a air printer in our home as well. So to print some of my larger pictures, I just use that. And I got some glossy photo paper from Walmart, which was like $7. So it doesn't really get expensive with this process, where you're not having to buy like a million magazines if you don't already have some in your house. So I wasn't really 100% in love with the frame that I chose. So what I decided to do was spray paint my frame. I realized the reason why I wasn't in love with it is because it was black, and I was looking for something a little brighter. So with me being the spray paint queen, literally I spray paint everything, I just bought some spray paint cans from Walmart as well, which are about $3 a piece. I didn't know if I wanted white or if I wanted off-white, so I just went ahead and bought both. And I spray painted my frame. I did go ahead with the ivory off-white color, and it came out really good. And that made me love it even more. After I finished up prepping my frame, I just started assembling my vision board. So this was kind of the hardest part of it for me, because I realized some of my pictures were too big. I also realized that I thought every other process through except like where I was gonna position my pictures. So this kind of took me like 2 days to do. I kind of had to like sleep on it and then come back, but we worked through it. This was a really like detailed process that I had to go through, but I think that's just because I'm a little extra and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I think for you guys, the fun will outweigh the time and the patience that you have to put into it, because this is a vision board that's specifically designed for you, instead of, you know, somebody else's words kind of being thrown together. But without further ado, here she is. Isn't she a beauty? So this is my vision board for 2021. So the first section that I have on my vision board is my word of the year, and that is implementation. A few things that I wrote down on my goals list and things that I want to implement in my year is allowing God to be ahead of my life and just showing him that I trust him. I trust this process and this journey that he's putting me on. Even when I'm weathering a storm, I will trust him. So that's the quote that I actually made myself, and I put it on my vision board. I also have a picture of a Buddha that I actually have in my house, so I took this picture. What this represents for me is daily meditation. So that is something that I want to implement more in my life. I did do some meditation and start yoga at the end of college, and I loved it. I had never been at peace with myself and more happy in my life, like ever, than when I found yoga and meditation. And I did it for about 6 months, and then I kind of fell off. And I noticed that my moods changed when I started to fall off. So definitely something that I want to stop saying that I'm going to implement and actually do this year. Then at the very top here, it says, girls support girls and friends support friends. So with the friends support friends section, my first thought process was I wanted to buy more from Black-owned businesses. I just want to put my dollar back into the Black community, especially with everything that's been going on in the last year or so. I think it's really important that we build our community. And I thought, what better way to do that than to start with my friends? I do have a few friends that have online businesses and services that they offer. And I haven't been a great friend with that, honestly, supporting them monetarily. But I will be doing so this year, and that's why it's on my vision board to, you know, really support them more than verbally. And then the girls support girls. I'm really into women supporting other women. You know, I don't know why we've come into the culture of women always have to be in competition with each other, whether it's, you know, their hair type, their skin color, their nails, their whatever. Like, I don't know where this came from, but I would like to see more of 2021 and beyond of women just kind of celebrating each other instead of always feeling like they have to one-up each other. So that's something that I'm going to implement more in my life. I've been more conscious of me doing it. All right, so moving on to my next section, which is personal. First goal that I have on here, and it's the one that's taken over, is this big old sexy black truck here. And that is the new 2021 Chevy Blazer. So currently, my car isn't old. I have a 2016 Jeep Compass. But Jeep actually tried me. So what they did was models that came out in 2017 and beyond came out with some really cool technical features that I was actually looking for when I bought my new car the year prior. All I'm really looking for is some technical upgrades, and then of course a dial back on mileage, because my car did just hit 100,000 miles not too long ago, because it is about 4 or 5 years old. Now, I will say that the Chevy Blazer is definitely going to be another kind of quote-unquote temporary car for me, because I do see luxury in my future. I'm hoping that in the next maybe like 2 to 3 years, I'll be able to start my luxury journey, but definitely the Blazer for now. All right, and in the top corner here is a picture of me and Bae. This picture just screams a Drake lyric to me, which is more life, more everything. And that's really what I want to implement with us in our relationship in 2021. Just more of like everything. I want us to build as a couple more. I want us to build individually more, whether that's with our personal brands, our personal businesses, you know, and just kind of grow together and, you know, learn to not take each other for granted so much. Because I feel like we learned that we really did a lot of that in 2020. So just taking 2021 and the rest of our time together, you know, just to really hone in on our relationship, you know, make it as a power couple. Then I have 20,000 right below the picture of us, and that represents the amount of money that I would like to save this year. So my boyfriend and I, we take finances very seriously. He actually takes them a little bit more serious than I do, but that's because he grew up kind of knowing finances, and I'm just as an adult getting into the power of saving and, you know, knowing how to take care of your money for the future. So he's teaching me a little bit. So what we did was we made a savings plan for ourselves. So basically what it looks like for me personally is I have a checkings account, a personal savings account, and then we have a joint savings account. So this $20,000 actually represents the amount that I want our joint savings account to get to by the end of 2021. Below that, I have a quote that says, "It's okay to see a therapist." So I'm pretty vocal on my social media platforms, mainly Instagram, about the fact that I was diagnosed with clinical depression and mild anxiety back in 2015, 2016, something like that. I was asked to see a therapist then when I was diagnosed, but I kind of put it off because I was still in college at the time, and I thought that I wouldn't have time with all the extraness that was going on in my life. So in the summer of 2020, I actually finally went to see a therapist. And even though it really didn't work out between me and the therapist, I really saw that me just letting things out and talking to somebody different other than like my family, my friends, or my boyfriend really helped as an outlet. This is going to be a daily reminder to myself that it's okay to start the process again, and it'll really help me to get back on track. And on the side here, I have two small pictures that I also created myself. The first one is the Aleigha Women's Multivitamins, and that is just me saying that I would like to implement a more healthier lifestyle. So, you know, eating better and taking my vitamins. I have never been a vitamin taker in my life, but I've recently found out, you know, reading articles, talking to friends, talking to health professionals, it's just so much better if you take your vitamins, so much better for your body, especially with me being on this fitness journey with my boyfriend and everything this year. Taking my vitamins is really going to help me kind of develop as a person and as a woman. And then that tricky little thing at the bottom is a cutout of a passport. So before you guys judge me about traveling, the passport actually represents me actually applying for a passport. I do not have a passport. So in 2021, I would like to finally apply for my passport and start on my journey of world travel. So I've never actually traveled outside of the US except for Canada because I have family there. But I mean, with me going there so much as a child, like, I don't really count that, even though it is out of the country. You guys know what I mean, okay? Like, I would like to start my world travel journey, and like, we're implementing that in 2021. So the passport there as a daily reminder to start that process. So moving into my third section, and that is my Aleigha Raven section, which is my personal brand. So in this section, I wanted to put down all the things that I want to implement for my personal brand this year. My YouTube channel. So currently on YouTube, I have about 78 subscribers, and I really want to get to 100 by the end of the year. I hope that I can actually surpass that goal of 100, but definitely 100 by the end of the year. And I know that that falls on me as far as my consistency, but I will be making a conscious effort to being more visible here on YouTube to reach that goal. All right, the next thing is this little Photoshop clip art that I made of a MacBook with a website on it that says AleighaRaven.com. So I definitely want to get into making my website design this year. I really want people to be able to find a platform where they can find kind of everything that I have to offer. I really just want to start branching out my content out of just Instagram, out of just YouTube, you know, just really finding my voice and bringing you guys with me so you can, you know, come along and see what's going on. I also have a little iPad here, and I just posted on it another little logo that's actually going to launch an ebook this year, and I want it to be all about hair porosity. You guys hear me preach on my YouTube channel how I believe that hair porosity is 10 times more important than learning your hair type, and I want to give you guys more information about that. That'll be coming later this year, but until then, I will highly recommend you guys stay connected with me on my YouTube channel and my Instagram page. I will be giving you more insight on that topic, and then the ebook will just be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more detailed information. The last portion of my personal brand section is going to be this photo here, and you see different women of different colors and sizes. So what that represents is community. So within my personal brand, I really want to build a community. I really want to have my personal brand be able to uplift women of all colors, all backgrounds, all sizes, all shapes, and really build a community to where they come to my content, my platform to learn and to teach each other, you know, kind of have dialogue in the comments, things like that. So that's what I really, really want to build or start building this year. Now, my very last section on here is not titled, as you can see. So my very last section on here is about the business that I want to build out of my brand. So I have been talking about this in my head actually for a few years. I have let my friends in on the idea a little bit, but not too much. I think because I was really afraid and kind of self-doubting the whole idea of this. But I would like to launch a natural hair care line, and it's not going to be your average natural hair care line. I won't get into the specifics of that because we're not copyrighted and we ain't got time for people stealing our ideas. I would like to say that that's something that I would like to have in the near future. And with this year of implementation, I would love to start production and, you know, getting into the lab and, you know, getting my formulas together. So definitely not launching this year or even next year, just starting the process. So, you know, more of that, you know, just do it, you know, stop saying that I'm going to do these things, stop planning and just implement and start. So that's what we're going to do. So with that being said, within this section, I have a lab coat here that says HD product testing. So HD is an acronym for my brand. I already picked out the name of my brand. And on my lab coat, I have a little ID tag, which I made on Photoshop. It's a picture of me, and in the corner it says CEO, because of course this will be my company, this will be my baby. And then on the very far right, I have a little mock-up of one of the products that I'm going to offer within my line. So this isn't the actual packaging or even the logo that I'm going to use, maybe not, I don't know, but it just helped for me to really create it and see it, you know, instead of, like I said before, having a magazine clipping of someone else's brand, you know, actually seeing it as my own will really give me that daily motivation. And in the middle, I just have 2 quotes that really feel like are going to help me drive this process through. So the first one says, be afraid and do it anyway. So with implementing anything in your life, I feel like we all are super afraid of, you know, our own self and our own mistakes that we can make, but also, you know, like things that people say and outside judgment. So it's okay to be afraid, but literally just do it anyway. You know, you can come across mistakes. If you do, that's fine. Life's full of mistakes, you know, but just do it. Literally, just do it and try it out. So my second quote on here says, remember your words can plant gardens or burn whole forests down. So what this quote means to me is it's like the power of the tongue. So that's something that I really want to implement this year, watching the power of my tongue, you know, and really like learning to have positive thoughts and speak positively about my branding and about everything that I'm trying to do this year. And the biggest piece is starting this company and, you know, starting the process of getting it going. So I decided, with me being a little bit more intentional this year with my implementation goal, the little community that I do have now, I want to give back. So I decided that I would like to do a giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away a $50 gift card to Amazon if you guys can guess the name that I've chosen for my natural hair company. To help you guys, I'm going to be giving you a few little clues. The first clue being that my company will focus on hair care and hydration, with a more focus on moisture retention. Clue number 2, if you notice in the picturing of my vision board, you saw that my logo had an HD on it. So that is the acronym for the name of my company. And that's the end of the clues there. I know that you guys are probably like, that didn't help me at all, but if you really listen in, focus on clue number 1, you can guess it, I'm guessing, pretty quickly. So how you guys can win this giveaway is you'll have to comment your guesses on my YouTube channel, but also you have to be subscribed. And then you also have to follow me on my Instagram page, because you're going to tag a friend and then comment done on my Instagram post that I make about announcing the upload of this vision board video to my YouTube channel. So after you've done all those things, you will be in the running, and I will announce them very, very soon. The reason why you need to follow me on Instagram is because I will be announcing the winner in my Instagram stories. Good luck, you guys, and I hope that we have a winner. All right, you guys, so that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope that it was helpful and that you guys, you know, go through with implementing this vision board process into your lives for 2021 and beyond. I hope that you guys have a prosperous 2021. And I hope that you guys are just like me, just doing it, just starting. Stop planning, stop self-doubting. As always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.